Starting this series by losing Game 1 on their home floor is definitely not ideal, but if there is any team in the league that can rattle off 4 consecutive victories and come back to win the NBA Finals after dropping the first game of the series, it is the Golden State Warriors, as it was clearly seen by their dominant Game 2 performance. One of the best offensive and defensive teams in the league, the Warriors definitely have the capability to take the lead in this series in Game 3, and then potentially fully reclaim their home court by winning consecutive games. In Game 3, Golden State gets the chance to continue their dominance. Today's video will be about how the Warriors can keep winning in this series. It is not the first time the Warriors have lost Game 1 of a playoff series, and as Thompson highlighted, they knew what they had to do after a defeat. Watch film and learn from their mistakes. That's exactly what they did, as they cruised in Game 2. And the other half of the Splash Bros is confident that they can keep the momentum going. The Warriors have been through the highs and lows of the NBA Finals, and they knew they couldn't let one loss linger. They have plenty of room to improve come Game 3, and that will be their focus instead of making a big deal out of their early mishaps from Game 1. Still, the loss to the Celtics was definitely a huge wake-up call for the Warriors. It showed that they cannot easily cruise in the NBA Finals despite their advantage in experience. And so, they have to be at the top of their game from start to finish if they want to reclaim the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Moving on, the Warriors now find themselves in a familiar spot, as they also dropped Game 1 of the 2019 NBA Finals to the Toronto Raptors, a series they went on to lose in 6 games. Golden State knows they are more capable of bouncing back in this series, though, as they showed off their incredible defense holding some of Boston's stars to single digits, and veteran All-Star Draymond Green mentioned that in his post-game remarks as well, as Steve Kerr mentioned Game 1 was just one game, and whoever wins the championship this year will have to win 4 games. Not 1 or 2. The Celtics threw the first punch in this fight, but now they were on the receiving end as Golden State had showed them they're a force to be reckoned with. Moments after cleaning his bench, 48.3 seconds before a double-digit defeat became official in Game 1, Golden State Warriors coach Steve Kerr approached his star player. Understandable if Kerr felt compelled to scold them for the Warriors' eventual 120-108 loss to the Boston Celtics in Game 1 of the 2022 NBA Finals on Thursday. Instead, Kerr gave them a handshake, fist bump, or light hug. The moment captured what the Warriors believe they can learn on to ensure they come out with the same outcome they had in Game 2. Not only do their star players have experience with winning 3 NBA titles in 5 finals appearances, they also have a proven track record in rectifying losses. The Warriors succeeded with forcing Celtics forward Jason Tatum 12 points on 3 for 17 shooting, and Celtics guard Jaylen Brown 24 points on 10 for 23 shooting to score inefficiently in Game 1. The Warriors hardly paid much attention, however, to the marksmanship that Marcus Smart 4 for 7, Al Horford 6 for 8, and Derek White 5 for 8 showed from 3-point range. The Warriors appeared to have the game secured entering the fourth quarter with a 92-80 lead. But then the Celtics outscored the Warriors 40-16, while the Warriors shot 41.2% and committed 7 turnovers. The Warriors had become encouraged with Jordan Poole's season-long growth during his 4th season. They even became more intrigued when he emerged as both a dependable starter and closer during the playoffs. They saw a different version of Poole in his finals debut. In Game 1, Poole labored with 9 points on 2 of 7 shootings and 4 turnovers. Green vowed to do better thing after finishing with only 4 points when shooting poorly, both overall 2 for 12 and from 3-point range 0 for 4. The Warriors value Green for his defense, not so much for his shooting. Yet, the Warriors have always wanted Green to remain a scoring threat, both so he can facilitate for Golden State and stretch defenses. As suspected, Curry hardly had any of the same issues. He stormed out with 21 first-quarter points while shooting 7 for 9 overall and 6 for 8 on 3-pointers. The Celtics surprisingly left Curry with either uncontested shots or open looks off pick and rolls. After the first quarter burst, however, Curry failed to continue his shooting clinic in the second quarter, 0 for 2, third quarter, 3 for 8, and fourth, 2 for 6. While Curry sat for the first 2 minutes and 25 seconds of the fourth quarter, the Celtics stormed out at 7-0 run. Afterward, Curry suggested he may need to play beyond his 38 minutes. The Warriors haven't dropped back-to-back games in more than 2 months, and although it should be noted the trio has played in only 20 games together, they have yet to lose consecutive games this season with Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson all in the lineup. The Warriors know they let an opportunity slip away in Game 1. Boston's big rally, from down 15 late in the third to up by 15 late in the fourth, represented the fourth time this season Golden State had lost a home game after leading by at least 15 points. When the Warriors were at the peak of their dynasty, Draymond Green would play center, surrounded by 4 perimeter players. Due to his excellent play this postseason, as well as playing all 82 regular season games, starting 80, center Kevon Looney has earned a significant playoff role. To put the blame on the Game 1 loss on Looney is simply wrong. He was not just serviceable, he was good, and 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 blocks in his 25 minutes. But the Warriors are simply not the same beasts on the offensive end when he and Green are on the floor at the same time. However, this does not mean they must bench Looney, but instead, the Warriors may be forced into some difficult conversations about the effectiveness of Green in this series. Green is no longer the explosive athlete he was at the peak of his powers, when he was clearly the best defensive player in the NBA, and without that athleticism, he begins to feel like the 6'6" center that he is. Calling him a non-factor on the offensive end is disrespectful due to his incredible basketball IQ and the value he adds with his ball movement, passing, and screening, but these are areas Looney has quietly excelled in as well. Forward Andrew Wiggins played 35 minutes in the NBA Finals game. Let that sink in for a second. It's a testament to how far he has come as a player this postseason. He was tremendous at both ends against Boston in his final debut, and his impact could have been greater. Wiggins has proved in these playoffs that he is indeed capable of contributing at a high level for a championship-tier team. He's averaging 16 points and 7 rebounds a game in this postseason run, including 4 double-doubles over Golden State's past 9 games, all while often guarding the other team's stars. The biggest impact Wiggins made was on the defense. As Jason Tatum's primary defender, he held the Celtics forward to 2 points, while guarding him for 28.6 partial possessions. Tatum still managed to record 13 assists as a result of Wiggins' pressure, but couldn't find an offensive rhythm throughout the night and made just 1 shot in the second half. Wiggins finished with 20 points Thursday, and on a night when Klay Thompson and Jordan Poole struggled, it was needed. Wiggins will have to be on the floor as much as possible for the Warriors to win a championship, especially if Poole and Thompson continue to struggle. And when Gary Payton II returns to the rotation, it will benefit Wiggins the most, as Payton will be able to guard both Tatum and Brown in stretches. That will go a long way in keeping Wiggins' legs fresh. Wiggins has the chance to be one of the most impactful players in the series because of his two-way effectiveness. Much will be asked of him as the finals continue. And what is your opinion? Do you think the Golden State Warriors can continue winning and win their 4th title in 8 years? Who can emerge as the X factor for them? I would love to hear what you think, so let me know in the comment section below. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more interesting NBA content.